bringing you the best in country and Irish music. This is your station, irishcountrymusicradio.com.
Hey there, Mr. Stranger, I'm coming home with you.
There you have it. That is, of course, Mary Hoey, and she is talking about Mr. Stranger, whoever Mr. Stranger is. Actually, we might find out who Mr. Stranger is because I have her on the line. Mary, how are you at all?
Hello, Seamus. How are you? I'm good.
Good to hear it. Good to hear it. Of course. And you're not going to tell us who Mr. Stranger is because you want us to keep him as a stranger, I'd say, if that what's happening.
Do you know, there's so many people that is just dying to know who that Mr. Stranger is, but I'm not telling. I'm not going to say.
No, you keep
That's
it
a secret. Yeah, although I have a little boy, a little 5-year-old, and we were driving one day in the car and getting the groceries, and he turned around and he goes, why are you talking to strangers? Like, who's Mr. Stranger? You always tell me never to talk to strangers. So, like, try explaining that story, like, to a 5-year-old.
Out of the mouths of babes.
I know, the innocence of it all, you know?
Yeah, well,
My
to say,
goodness,
out of the mouths of babes come words of wisdom, isn't that what they say?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Goodness me, I was mortified, like I didn't know what to say to him, you know? Yeah, no, just, you know, different kind of stranger.
Those are the strangers that we want to meet.
Oh my goodness, I was mortified.
But anyway, Mary, I love that. Just love that. What's his name? What's the 5-year-old's name?
Well, he's actually called Logan. He was christened Logan, but we kind of changed it then to Logie Bear, you know, as opposed to Yogi Bear. But now he just gets Bear. Like all the teachers in school, like, you know, hello Bear, you know, so he's little Bear. So, yeah.
Well, hello Bear, if you happen to be listening in.
Hello Bear. He's the youngest one.
Yeah.
He's the youngest of the crew.
And actually, I believe you have when you say the youngest, there are a few older than him as well.
Yeah. I have a fairly good football team in my hands here. I've got 6 of them in total. 3 boys and 3 girls in total, so I do. So, I've heard all the TV jokes as well, by the way, because I know you're thinking it.
I didn't say a word. I was reared in a family where there was 7. Like, I mean, so you were only a small family. Like, I mean, you're only catching up with what we had at home.
I know, sure, they're great cracks, so they are. You couldn't be without them.
And of course, like, I mean, neighbours of my own, the Fitzhenrys, Damien Fitzhenry, of course, being the All-Ireland winning goalkeeper. Sure, there were 14 of them in it, so we were only a small family. Oh yeah.
Well, that's true, but sure, look at the Sheeran family band, like that, my mentors on Glortira, I think there's 11 of them.
And every one of them is talented, so talented.
Oh,
like, you know.
My goodness. I think there's 7 or 8 in the band that, you know, that were doing, you know, the Glortira thing with me. Oh my God, like the talent, like that's crazy, like, you know, It's unbelievable. And their parents, like, you know, music is all through them. Do you know what I mean? The parents, like, were amazing musicians, like, but to have, that's just crazy, you know. It's so talented.
But I'd say if the Sheeran family, if you threw them out with a set of cutlery, like, to be able to make music out of knives and forks and dessert spoons.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, it's just running through their veins, like, isn't it? It's just pouring out of them. But they're so good. Oh my goodness, they're amazing. Like,
brilliant. But you brought up Glortira there, and of course you are a contestant on Glortira this year.
Yeah, yes, I was very lucky.
And the Sheeran family band are your mentors. Well, I tell you won't go too far around with that.
Oh, they're so good. Tom actually phoned me one morning and asked me. He told me, like, you know, we're going to be on the show this year, and you know, we'd love to have you as our contestant. You know, how do you feel about that? And I says, absolutely, just count me in. I don't need to think about it. I would love to be involved, you know. So I was very lucky that they asked me to do it, you know. So I'm very privileged and very honoured to be on the show with them. And sure, it's a great platform, isn't it? And it's great exposure, and you know, there's endless possibilities coming out of Glortieri, you know. So, unfortunately, though, this year it's going to be a little more difficult. Like, but you know, you deal with the hand you've been given, and you know, you make the most of it. So, and I'm definitely going to do that, you know.
So, when you were a little girl, where was it around Castleblaney that you were born and reared and all that, or was that where you were originally from?
Yeah, well, just actually about 4 mile outside of Castleblaney, on the northern, you know, just on the northern border, there's a little village called Cullyhanna, and that's where I grew up. I'm born and reared in Cullyhanna, and it's a little small, tiny village. And my parents actually had a family band. When I was small. Daddy was in the show bands back in the 70s.
All right. And
he actually played, he was Ed Dawn and the Morning Dew.
Yeah. And
you know John Beatty that played with Big Tom?
Yeah.
He played he used to actually play with my father, so he did. Years ago, I assume it was before he went to Big Tom, he used to play with Daddy. So, they were good buddies. But whenever Daddy left the show band, he and my mother started a little family band.
Yeah.
And they had a bass player. Mummy was a bass player. Daddy was a guitar player, and we had a drummer. And then at that point in my life, I was starting to show a little bit of interest in. We had an old keyboard lying in the house, and I was messing and tinkering with it and all. And I'm sure they probably seen that there was something musical in me, you know, and I never learn to read music, but I was playing little tunes on the keyboard just by listening to a song, picking it up and playing it on the keyboard, you know. And, they kind of made the decision, well, maybe we should bring her out with us, you know, see how she gets on. And so, yeah, I was a little 9-year-old thing sitting behind this big, huge keyboard, you know, up on big stages, you know, and playing away. I would sing the odd song.
Yeah.
Maybe one song a night, you know, but I loved it, you know. But back in those days, they were good days, you know, because you were out like maybe 4 or 5 times a week.
Yeah.
You know, back in them days. So it was good. It was hard on a kid, you know, but it was definitely good, and was great exposure. And of course, like, I lapped it up, because like, I remember, you know, in certain places you'd go to, the audience would be looking up this little girl, you know, sitting behind a keyboard, you know, and they would have this kind of like, would you look? You know, that kind of look on their faces, you know. Yeah, I was laughing it up, you know, I loved it, so it is. But I remember, a lot of, like, T.R. Dallas had Daddy's Girl out. Do you remember he had that song out? And, well, me and my daddy used to sing it, you know, when I was small. And, like, even whenever I was, like, in my late teens, I was still getting requests, sing Daddy's Girl, sing Daddy's Girl. And I was looking at Daddy going, I'm not singing Daddy's Girl with you anymore. No, I'm not. I'm too big for that now. You know?
Like, OMG, Daddy, I'm getting a big girl now.
I know, yeah. So, like, but yeah, like, I would still have people coming up to me now, like, and me with my own kids, you know, and they would say, oh God, I remember the days you sang Daddy's Girl, and it kind of has that, you know, oh my Lord, it kind of has that kind of factor to it at this stage, you know, when I'm a mummy myself, you know. Oh goodness, but those were the days, that's to say, those were the days. But it was good fun.
But you see, you'll always be a daddy's girl anyway, you see, you know, I mean, that's, it doesn't
matter. All daddies have their little girls, you know, all little girls are daddy's girls, and then the little boys, they all happen to be mummy's boys, don't they, like?
There's more of a kind of a Agway, you're a mummy's boy. Yeah, no.
Oh, I know, yeah, I know. Well, my eldest boy, he would be the first one to stand up and say, yes, I'm a mummy's boy. He's very good natured. He's a good kid. It was actually his birthday today.
Oh,
so it is as well.
Well, happy birthday. What's his name?
Today.
Oh, 23.
His name is 22. He's 22? TJ, called TJ.
Hello, TJ, and a happy birthday to you.
Yeah. So he's having a good day. But yeah, he's a real mama's boy. So he is. He's a good kid. He'd do anything for me.
So
he'd want to.
Yeah. If not, there's no dinner on the table. And that's it.
That's true.
Look after Mammy or else,
Absolutely.
So you're playing in the family band anyway, Mary, and that was up into your teenage years and all that. And then how did that?
Well, like my friends were all heading out to discos and all that stuff, at that age. And I felt like I was missing out. So I said that I was going to give it up, and, I was just gonna, go out with my friends, and, I wanted to kind of live like a teenage life. You know what I mean? Like I wanted to be involved with what my friends were doing. So I left the singing, and I met the man of my life, and we got married, and then we started to have kids. But like in the back of my mind, I remember actually dancing whenever TJ was a baby. I remember dancing around the kitchen and singing to him. And, so music was always still in the background of my life, if you know what I mean. And it was always something that, I'd love to go back to it, but sure, the opportunities are not there. And, there was a lot of, ifs and buts, and, I wish, and, there was a lot of that going on. But I remember I done a lot of karaoke back whenever the kids were small, and, any competitions and stuff like that was going on. Of course, I would be involved, and then, I was introduced then to backing tracks.
Yep.
So, I actually won a karaoke competition, and the prize was money. So I went and I bought myself a PA system and speakers and microphones and the whole shebang. And I said, right, well, that's it. I'm going to go back out on the road, but I'm going to go on my own. Yeah. And so packed up my gear, downloaded a whole big pile of backing tracks, and, me and my husband, we went all around Ireland, singing in pubs, just me, singing in pubs and setting up the gear, singing 2.5 hours straight, packing up the gear, sometimes driving 3 hours home. Done that every weekend, which I absolutely loved doing that. And then I had another little baby. I had a break. I had a baby break, and then there was another baby. And then when I was 20 weeks pregnant with her, I thought, right, I'm not able to do this anymore. I'm getting too big or whatever. So, I give it up again, and then had her, and then there was another baby, another boy after her. And then it was the year before COVID, then I thought, right, it's time to get back out on the road now, because I'm done having babies. I've had enough now at this day.
Yeah.
Back out singing. So, got my gear organised again, went back out singing with my sister, and we were a duet then for a year. And then COVID happened, and sure, I haven't been out singing publicly then, since COVID. But what I have been doing is, from COVID happened, or just before COVID actually, I decided that I would use Facebook to my advantage.
Yeah. And
I would start, it was actually kind of more like a New Year's resolution for me, to be honest with you. Coming into 2020, I don't like resolutions. So I thought to myself, you know what, this year I'm going to put my best foot forward. I'm going to take chances. I'm going to take risks. I'm going to do things I've never done before, musically now, and I'm going to see if I can further myself, better myself, and, climb up that ladder a bit more. Do you know what I mean? Because I always wanted to get further in my musical career. So I decided then to start putting up some videos of me singing on Facebook.
Yeah.
Just from the bedroom upstairs, just record myself singing, put it on Facebook. And I think the first video I put up, it got over 10,000 views, which I was like, wow. I was really and honestly just gobsmacked over that. Now, having said that, I haven't had that many views on some of the songs since, because I put up so many that they're probably all like, Mary, seriously, you gotta calm down, but that's what I've been doing, and that's what that's what I've been concentrating on more, that, you know, during 2020, is, you know, just putting stuff up on Facebook and building an audience on Facebook. And, like, I've got a lot of friends on Facebook. I have quite a lot of followers on Facebook. I have a lot of American friends on Facebook. And the support that I get from them is incredible, you know, and I've, through my Facebook journey, is where Gloratiera has come out of it, because the Sheeran boys heard me on Facebook and they liked what they heard, and then they got on to me and asked, well, would you like to be our contestant, you know?
Yeah.
And also through Facebook, I have gotten the chance to record a song for Keith Whitley's nephew, a memorial song for Keith Whitley's nephew. Like, I'm sure you know who Keith Whitley is. And also I've had some duets done with American artists as well, all through you know, my exposure on Facebook. So, you know,
you've done a few duets with the American artists, then, yeah.
Yeah, with some of the independent American artists, yeah. So,
all right.
You know,
and who have you?
There's a few doors.
Yeah.
A few doors are opening, you know. So,
yeah.
And I'm making a little bit of noise, so it's pretty cool, you know.
And who have you recorded duets with now, American-wise, or?
I'm trying to think now, because there has been a few. There's a Gary Savage, a man called Gary Savage.
Yeah.
Niecy Howard has been writing songs, and she's been forwarding them to me to record. So I've done 2 of her songs already. Look, I'm on the spot now, so I'm actually the name's not coming to me because I'm on the spot.
We've all been there. We've all been there.
Absolutely hate whenever that happens.
Oh yeah, it always happens. But we can come back to that anyway. But
yeah.
Had you worked?
Well, I was actually. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that I'm actually just back from the studio today.
All right.
I was down recording today with Paul Wright Tracks in Enniskillen. We're just outside Enniskillen. I do my recording down there this past while, and I love his studio. It's really, really, really good sound at his studio.
Yeah.
So, I'm recording my Gloratiera song, the one that I have previously sung on Gloratiera. I'm going to take that as a single. So I was down recording that today. So I'm looking forward to the finished product on that one. That's going to be pretty cool.
And which song is that? Or are you at liberty to divulge?
No. Well, I've already sung it on Gloratiera. That was my first song that was put out on Gloratiera. It's called My Man Understands. It's a Tammy Wynette song. It wouldn't be very, very well known, but I wanted to kind of go down that road, as in I didn't want to do a song that everybody knew, and that was maybe
overplayed as such.
Overplayed and overheard, and do you know what I mean? I didn't want people going, oh my God, it's not this song again. You know, that kind of way. I wanted to bring out something that a lot of people probably haven't heard, and it'd be something new and something fresh, and it's still country. It's, you know, it's still very traditional country, but it's definitely a song that not a lot of people would actually know, unless you were a real Tammy Wynette fan, of course, you know, then I'm sure you would know the song.
Yeah.
But I love the song. It's a nice song. I like it. So
obviously you're a Tammy Wynette fan then.
I am actually, I love, Keith Whitley would be my favorite, my all-time favorite. I just adore Keith Whitley. But from a female aspect, I do love Tammy Wynette. I think I love the way that she just has a very, like, I don't know, I think I can relate to her voice, because I don't do tricks or any, you know, vocal acrobats or anything. I would always class myself as a very straightforward, plain kind of singer. You know, could be a bit bland maybe, like, but, you know, but I'm still like just a singer. I'm not a, you know, I don't do tricks. And like, I know that Tammy has never done tricks, you know, with her voice. And I think that maybe because I relate to it, that, you know, it makes me enjoy singing her songs. Yeah. Because I can relate to her voice as such. Do you know what I mean? But Dolly Parton, I love Dolly Parton singing, obviously, like who doesn't? But Dolly would be a bit high for me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I love Loretta Lynn songs. Some Patsy Cline stuff I can do. I love Leanne Womack. I think she's a fabulous singer, and I can do a few of her songs as well. So, I think if I can reach the notes, it makes me enjoy singing the song,
Yeah.
But whenever I was singing, with my parents, like I did find that I was singing a lot of boy songs more than girl songs, because I would have a very kind of low voice, like a low register voice.
Yeah.
I've always said to my kids at home, God, I wish I could sing like a girl. I could reach those lovely big high notes, but I would have a very low register. So, I would have sung like a lot of Merle Haggard songs, a lot of George songs, a lot of Keith Whitley songs. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Whenever I was, doing the live music, so. But yeah, if I can sing it, I'll definitely have a go at it, but don't be handing me any Mariah Carey or Whitney Houston stuff, because not a hope. I couldn't pull that stuff off.
But, it reminds me, when you talk about vocal gymnastics, the fella says, there was an old fella near me one day, and he was listening to it could have been a Mariah Carey song, and he just said, God, he said, that one sounds the very same as Tarzan after laying up again an electric fencer.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's so funny.
So that was his opinion on the vocal
on the vocal acrobats, yeah. It's so impressive. It is very, very impressive, but my goodness, I can't. And I have tried to master it. I've tried to learn it, but I just can't. I'm just not that kind of singer,
Yeah.
I'm just,
you're obviously not
I'm just straightforward.
Anyway.
No, oh my God, I would love to be able to yodel. Oh man, that is a very, very cool trick. Very, very cool talent to have, I think.
Yeah, Paddy O'Brien was actually on with me here one night, and he was talking about yodeling and all that. Because Paddy will be renowned for his yodeling abilities as well as such.
Yeah.
And I remember I was asking him how did he, get in on it and whatever, and he talked about different artists that he would have heard and whatnot, and then he actually said how he used to practice, or how he used to try and get the sound right, was there was a diesel tank in the yard where he used to do a bit of work for a farmer, and he used to stand up on these concrete blocks and put his head in over the top of the opening into the tank, and depending on how much diesel was in the tank, it got different sounds, and he was just a picture Paddy O'Brien yodeling over the opening into a diesel tank in a yard when he was a chap, brilliant.
Oh my God, I know, but sure, needs must.
Needs must. Yeah, but sure, you learn all about sound that way then, you learn all about your sound.
Absolutely, yeah.
Absolutely. So you're on the Glortira. Would this be the first time now that you would have been on television, Mary, or what way? Have you featured on our screens before this?
No, this is my very first time in front of the big screen, and have to tell you, I absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
Everybody was saying to me, don't worry about the cameras, and don't pay too much heed to them and all, but I absolutely loved the experience. They were zooming around my head, and I absolutely loved it. I thought it was a fabulous experience, and it didn't faze me in the least. I was lapping it up. Loved every second of it. I really, really did, and I cannot wait to get back in again. And I'm back on, my show is on the 16th of February with the Sheerans. But that was pre-recorded back in November. So the live shows are starting on the 2nd of March, and all depending on your votes as to whether you get to sing live that night or not. But, please God, I will get enough votes. But I'm so looking forward to getting back down there in front of the cameras and, and the lights and all. And the first time I actually sung on the stage, it felt like this is my mini Opry stage. That was the way I looked at it. I was in my element. I really was. In my glory I was. I loved every second of it. Really did.
And so tell us then, you're saying about if you get enough votes. So just if any of our listeners are wanting to vote for Mary Hoey in Glortira this year, how do they go about that, Mary?
Right. Well, on your, your phones, you can download from the App Store, which would be your iPhones or your Apple. You can download the Glortira app from your App Store or from Play Store on your Android phone. And when you download the app, you automatically get 5 free votes. And now I would never ask anybody to, after you get your 5 free votes, then you have to buy votes. Now, I would never, ever, ever ask anybody to buy votes for me. But if you would just download the app and use your 5 free votes and give them to me, I would absolutely really, really, really appreciate that. But it's all on your App Store or your Google Play, your Play Store. And you just type in Glortira and it'll come up, and what you do is you put in your email address, your password, and then go down and just vote Mary Hoey, and that's the way it is.
There you have it. And so anyone that wants to vote for Mary Hoey, then, very simple. All you have to do, download the app, and there's 5 free votes there, and you can use away. It won't cost you a bob, as the saying goes. Who's that? Is that Bear, is it?
That's Bear, yeah.
Hello, Bear, how are you? Good man, Bear.
Starting to play up a bit now. It's time for bed.
Ah, well,
so it is.
Well, I tell you, we have a few different listeners that have looked to say hello to you, if you don't mind saying hello back to them, Mary. They're wishing you luck in the Glortira. Valerie Wild is listening in over there in South Africa.
Oh, hello, Valerie from South Africa. My goodness me. Yeah.
And well,
oh wow!
Oh yeah, you see, we have them all over the world. We have them all over the world.
Brilliant.
Yeah. And we have Ron Hinsley is over there in Wolverhampton in England.
Who is it? Sorry,
Ron Hinsley.
Ron Hinsley. Hello, Ron. How are you?
And Lev and Gloria Jackman are listening in over there in New Brunswick, over on the other side of Ireland, as the fellow says, over there in across the Atlantic, shall we say, over there in New Brunswick, yeah. So,
and that is Ron and who?
No, that's Lev and Gloria. Lev and Gloria
Lev
Jackman.
and Gloria. Hello, how are you?
And we have Peter Ryle, of course, is one of the presenters on the station, and he said to wish you good luck as well in Glortira.
Oh, thank you so much, Peter. Thank you.
And Ivana is another of our presenters. She's listening in. She actually only started she's our Polish correspondent, shall we say, our Polish presenter here on the station. Yeah. Oh, we have every sort on the station, you know.
My boy TJ, his girlfriend is Polish.
All right.
So she is. Yeah, she's a Polish girl. So
well, Cześć
she's lovely.
You see, I don't know.
Oh my goodness, I know. Yes, that's hello. Yes, yeah. my little 5-year-old told me that. That's how you say hello in Polish. I can't even say it properly.
Is that Bear?
That's Bear. Yeah, Bear. That would be him.
The Bear is a font of wisdom, isn't he?
He's, oh goodness me, he's a little brat. That's what he is.
We won't say that. And we have Maureen Burke is listening in up there in Leitrim.
Hello, I have, my family, my father's family came from Leitrim. So, hello, Maureen.
Yes, and Michelle Orr is over there she's over in Bedford in England. And
hello, Michelle.
Yes, and there's a gentleman that I know rather well myself. He's a singer called Pat C. Hayes. He's from
hello,
Westford.
Pat.
Do you know Pat?
I wonder I know Pat. I wonder is he listening? Because I have a little surprise for Pat actually. So I'm really hoping that he's listening. While I was down doing the recording today for Glortira, well, I wasn't doing it for Glortira. I was doing it for myself, but it's the Glortira song. But Pat, has asked me to do a duet with him. Right. And so that's why I'm hoping he's listening, just to let Pat know that I have the vocals done and they will be on their way to him very, very shortly for George and Tammy's song. He knows what I'm talking about.
Well, it's like this. Pat Hayes did a duet with Georgette Jones.
Georgette, that's right, yes.
So you have it. So you're in very good company.
He's a big, huge George Jones fan.
Oh yeah, Possum and Pat now. It would have been, it
would have been a great show.
Oh man.
I know.
Oh yeah, I know Pat. Yeah.
He's just about as crazy about George Jones as I am about Keith Whitley.
Yeah.
He knows that as well.
Well, I'd say if you're half as crazy about Keith Whitley as what Pat would be about George Jones, well then Keith definitely has a great fan there, you know. And of course, we have Danny Boyle. He's new to the station here as well, and he is listening in, and he said to drop you a little message to wish you good luck on Glortira.
Oh, thank you so much, Danny. Thank you.
Yes, and up there in County Meath, we have the Nicola Arnold, we have Sonny, there's Kaylee, there's Aoife, and there's Ian. So the Arnold family are there listening in.
Oh, hello everybody. Hello. Hope you're all well.
And Chris Drugan, I think I presume I'm pronouncing that correctly, Drugan, or is it Drugan? Not too sure which, but Chris is listening in, and he said, hi to Mary, lovely voice, looking forward to hearing more from you.
Oh, thank you so much, Chris.
So you have a load of different, and Ivana, of course. Oh yeah, I mentioned Ivana. Sorry, Ivana. I have her name written down here twice. You see, she's like New York. So good they named her twice. You see. So,
hello, Ivana.
So anyway, it was brilliant to have you on, Mary, and the very best.
Thank you so much for having me.
No problem at all, and it was great to have you on, and of course, Bear, who made a little bit of an appearance there in the background as well. Great to have Bear listening in, and of course, giving his words of wisdom. And anyone that's listening in, make sure don't talk to strangers unless they're called Mr. Stranger, and they're the sort of strangers that you're looking to be talking to.
Oh Lord, I'll never live that one down.
There's so many messages after coming in saying that they loved that story there about don't talk to strangers, Mammy. Why are you talking to strangers?
I know. Oh my gosh, true story.
So, but anyway, I'm going to, and JP, of course, is listening as well. JP on the station here, he is our tech wizard, and he said to say a quick hello to you as well.
Hello, JP.
Yep. And so I'm going to let you loose anyway, and anyone that is wanting to vote for someone on Glortira, all you have to do is download the app and just get into your Google Play Store or your Apple iStore, whatever you call it, and all you have to do, download the Glortira app, and if you see that you have 5 free votes, well, Mary Hoey would love you to send them votes her way, and hopefully that will get her into the final, or the there's 6 contestants at the moment, and
there's
the first of the live shows. Then what happens?
The 6 contestants. Everybody, like the first introductory show was on the 5th of January, I think it was, and then each week after that, then a contestant has a night with their mentor. And I happen to be the 6th contestant, so I'm not on. Actually, tonight, Stephen Stokes is on tonight with Louise Morrissey.
Yep.
And next week it will be Mike Denver with Emma Donoghue. And then the following week then, which is the 16th of February, it will be me and the Sheeran Family Band. Yeah. And then on the 23rd of February, then it's going to be a recap of all 6 contestants. And then on the 2nd of March, it is going to be the first of the live shows. So basically what happens there, if you don't have enough votes and you come in 6th place, you don't get to sing that night, and you get to go home. So I really do not want to be in that position. Oh my God, I really hope I'm not in that position. But can I just say before I go, Seamus, that if anybody can go onto my YouTube, check out my YouTube channel, which is just Mary Hoey Music, and on my Facebook also is Mary Hoey Music, and you can request songs there. You can send me a message if you want me to sing a song for you, or if you want a birthday message, any kind of requests at all. You could just send me a message, and I usually get back to each and every one of my messages, because I always believe if somebody's going to take 2 minutes out of their day to comment on any of my videos or any of my posts, then I'm sure as heck going to take 2 minutes out of my day to thank them for that. So anybody that messages me will always get a message back, and you can request a song or whatever, and I will do my best to accommodate that also. So, just putting it out there. And also to thank everybody that already has voted for me, and to thank any of your listeners that already follow me on Facebook, and thank them all for their support and their encouragement and their kind words. So just want to get that out there as well.
Definitely. And definitely, folks, you've heard her in action. You've heard her singing beforehand. I'm going to be playing one of her songs now in a second. And you've heard what Mary Hoey is like. So, folks, we want to hear more of Mary Hoey and see more of Mary Hoey on Glortira. So give your 5 votes, if you can at all, to Mary Hoey, and keep her on Glortira. Would that work for you, Mary? What do you think?
Thank you so much, Seamus. That's perfect. Thank you.
No problem at all. And thanks a million. Thanks a million. As I say, Mary Hoey on Glortira. Give her loads and loads of votes. And this is Mary. And thanks a million, Mary, for dropping by and taking the chat with me here tonight on Irish Country Music Radio.
Thank you.
If you could reach me in my dreams, all of me I'd give to you. Take my hand and then show me what to do. You could kiss these tender lips, on my face your fingertips, but this love can only happen if it's in my dreams. I see you every day, and it's so hard in every way for me to keep my feelings deep inside. There's someone waiting home thinking I'm his all alone. So this love for you is one I need to hide. If you could reach me in my dreams, all of me I'd give to you. Take my hand and then show me what to do. You could kiss these tender lips, on my face your fingertips, but this love can only happen if it's in my dreams. This heart is broken too, but to thine own self be true. I'm torn between a lover and a friend. My love for you I'll keep till I see you in my sleep. Oh, I wish this ache and pain for me would end. If you could reach me in my dreams, all of me I'd give to you. Take my hand and then show me what to do. You could kiss these tender lips, on my face your fingertips, but this love can only happen if it's in my dreams. If you could reach me in my dreams, all of me I'd give to you. Take my hand and then show me what to do. You could kiss these tender lips, on my face your fingertips, but this love can only happen if it's in my dreams. But this love can only happen if it's in my dreams.
Bringing you the best in country and Irish music. This is your station, irishcountrymusicradio.com.